Bowser's Fury was a bonus game mode included with the Switch port of Super Mario 3D World that is a more traditional 3D Mario experience. Despite the game being very well received, there hasn't been a lot of content made around it other than some 100% runs or speedrunning videos over the past few years. And in my opinion, it's because the game is pretty simple. Collect 50 cat shines, beat down Giga Bowser, and go back for an extra 50 shines if you're a completionist. In fact, Smallland expressed a similar opinion when a stream viewer asked him if he'd do a Bowser's Fury challenge a while ago. But among the hundreds of messages that followed, one of them stuck out to me and has stayed in the back of my mind for over 3 years. How about a Bowser's Fury Nuzlocke? Now, the chatter wouldn't elaborate, and Smallland never acknowledged the message, so I would never get a full explanation of what they meant. But for some reason, I was hooked by the idea. And while it would take a while, I eventually completed a Bowser's Fury Nuzlocke of my own. And this is how it went. In case it's been a while, let me give you a quick refresher. Bowser's Fury takes place on a series of islands enveloped by a strange black goop that is also the stomping ground for a gargantuan Bowser. Bowser Jr. wants to return his father to normal, so he enlists the help of Mario to help stop him. However, unlike a typical 3D Mario adventure, like Odyssey or Sunshine, Mario has access to all of his classic power-ups like the Fire Flower, Tanuki Leaf, and the Super Bell that he can swap between as he pleases. And this is where the Nuzlocke rules come in. If Mario takes a hit while using a power-up, I'm not allowed to use it again. And if I die, no matter how close I am to beating the game, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Rather than over-explaining this very simple rule set, let's instead watch my first attempt and how it laid the groundwork for the attempts going forward. Oh, and if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. We're nearing 5K, and it would be awesome if we could hit that in the next couple of months. Dude, I can't believe Mario's dead. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Go, 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 go. Okay, that's 1 out of 50. Oh my god. And now we have Bowser Jr., who is moderately helpful. So I'm just gonna avoid these guys. And I believe this, okay. So we have the Cat Bell. It seems I cannot like turn off the power-up. But I know as I get other power-ups, I can like swap between them. And the cat is like one of the most important ones, so I gotta be really careful. So let's break down the game. Each island in Bowser's Fury has 5 total shines to collect. 1 for reaching the end, 1 for collecting 5 cat shards, 2 for completing specific challenges, and 1 final shine that's hidden behind blocks that can only be destroyed by Giga Bowser's Fire Breath. In order to collect every shine, you occasionally have to leave the island and come back to refresh it to activate the next shine quest. It took me a while to figure this out, and instead on my first attempt, I just collected whatever shines I came across. Even with my mindset of just grabbing each shine and moving on to the next, I was moving really slowly. By the time Bowser first showed up, which takes about 5 minutes or so, I'd only collected 2 shines, which included the one you get as soon as you start the game. So I needed to pick up the pace if I didn't want this to take too long. I ended up grabbing another shine from Scamper Shores, and the main and shard shines from Fort Flaptrap, bringing my total to 5 shines. Along the way, I picked up the Super Leaf by collecting 100 coins and a Fire Flower from an item box. Having 5 shines meant that the next time Bowser showed up, I'd be able to fight him with the Giga Bell. Now, some of you might be wondering, does the Giga Bell count as a normal power-up for the Nuzlocke? And the answer is kind of. Because you need to collect the Giga Bell to progress through the game, I couldn't exactly ban the power-up if I took damage fighting Bowser. So instead, I decided to create a special rule for it. When you fight Bowser, if you take damage during the fight, you can collect another Giga Bell to turn back into Giga Cat Mario. So to make these fights harder, I decided to ban myself from collecting another Giga Bell once the fight started, limiting myself to only being able to take 3 hits per fight. Beating Bowser here unlocked the second chunk of the map and also unlocked Plessy to make traversing the water way faster. But before moving along, I decided to collect a few more shines from the opening areas. One of my favorite things too about Mario is that even the base games will sometimes just hit you with like the hardest levels. Like the final level in 3D Worlds, that's, oh my god, that was a lot. That was kind of a lot. No! Okay, I can no longer use the cat power-up. I got too cocky. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to be real careful going forward. So my first loss of the Nuzlocke just so happened to be the most important one. And unfortunately, the rest weren't long for this world. By being careless, I managed to lose the Fire Flower, the Boomerang Flower, and the Mushroom, all before fighting Bowser for a second time. Thankfully, the second Bowser fight went smoothly, but now all I had to my name was the Tanuki Leaf. And wouldn't you know it, but I ended up losing that too just a few minutes later. With all of my power-ups gone, I decided to reset and try again. bringing attempt 1 to an end with a personal best of 16 cat shines. On attempt 2, I managed to beat my PB, though only by a whopping 4 shines. And honestly, this run wasn't too impressive. It was pretty similar to the first, but I managed to grab a few extra shines along the way. But on attempt 3, I fared much better. This time around, I was way faster and managed to grab 5 shines before Bowser's first appearance. But rather than fight him now, I grabbed the Bowser block shine from Fort Flaptrap, which only scared him away, but it also took away a bit of his HP. Even though I was definitely improving, I still lost my first power up way too early. No! What? Why didn't it work? Bowser, come on, dude. Okay, there we go. Run, 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 run. Okay, well, there goes Boomerang. But it is a nice reminder that once you collect like the main shine, or maybe it's after Bowser shows up, you can go back to previous areas. Despite that early loss, I was still doing pretty well. After defeating Blackface Luigi on Scamper Shores, I took care of Bowser once again and opened up the second part of the map. But I wasn't done here. I grabbed a couple of extra shines post Bowser fight and not only collected every shine from the first 2 islands, but I left the opening area of the game with 15 shines, almost hitting my PB in a fraction of the time. The next area is home to Slipskate Slope, a long obstacle course that you have to traverse multiple times to get every shine, Clawswipe Coliseum, where you have to take on multiple mini-boss fights as the Coliseum rises from the water, and Trickety Tower, a stupid, dumb island full of dumb, stupid, invisible platforms. I'm not a fan of that last one, if you can't tell. On Slipskate Slope, I easily collected both the Shard Shine and the shine for reaching the end of the obstacle course. After grabbing a bonus area shine between islands, I swiftly defeated both Boom Boom and Pom Pom in Clawswipe Coliseum and collected all the cat shards, bringing my shine total to 23. After beating Bowser again, it was time for Trickety Tower, which ended both of my previous runs. This time around though, I managed to collect all of the cat shards without getting hit a single time. I then followed this up by immediately losing the Tanuki Leaf. Thankfully, I reached the main shine without any more losses, and for the first time, I could move on to the next area. The final island in the second area of the map is Crisp Climb Castle, a massive obstacle course that can only be climbed thanks to the propeller box. By the way, I'm not counting the propeller as a power-up, since it doesn't show up in my inventory. It's more of a necessary key item than a power-up. As I scaled the tower, I collected the Lucky Bell power-up for the first time across any of my attempts. The only difference between the Super Bell and the Lucky Bell is that when you ground pound as Lucky Cat Mario, you turn into an invincible golden statue and collect coins as you fall. Eventually, I reached the top, grabbed my 28th shine, and impaled Bowser with his own spikes to open up the final section of the game. Things were going really smoothly, but my inexperience with the final islands was about to destroy my momentum. Just beside the Wasteland Gigabell in an enemy gauntlet, I lost the Fire Flower to a Cat Sting Bee because I barely missed my Fireball. Shortly after, on Risky Whisker Island, I fell off some platforms while chasing Blackface Luigi and lost the Super Bell by falling into the black goop below. And finally, I lost the Lucky Bell in the most ridiculous way possible. Dude, okay, I guess I gotta throw him in the water. You fucker. Oh my god. Even though I no longer had any power-ups, I decided to just run it and see how far I can make it. I managed to collect another 5 shines, bringing my total to 39, but succumbed to the lava of Mount Magmeow, ending my run. By the end of day 1, my furthest attempt was just 11 shines and 3 Bowser fights away from finishing the game. Despite a disappointing end, I wasn't deterred and came back ready to finish this challenge on day 2. Also, if you want to catch these challenges live, be sure to give me a follow on Twitch. I'm live all the time, and just about everything I stream becomes a video on the main channel. And if you can't make it to stream, check out the VOD channel where all of my streams are uploaded completely unedited. Day 2 started with attempt 4, which ended as soon as it began. But attempt 5 proved to be my best one yet. This time around, I decided to try and collect every shine from every island I had access to before fighting Bowser. To do this, I bounced back and forth between the first 2 islands, nabbing 5 shines in the process. This is when Bowser first appeared, and so I tried getting him to destroy the Bowser blocks on Scamper Shores, which didn't work this time around, so I went back to grabbing more shines. When all was said and done, I had collected 17 shines before fighting Bowser once. That's over 3 times the required amount to fight him for the first time, and just under the required amount to unlock his second battle. After taking down Bowser here, I had an epiphany. The best way forward was to collect the maximum amount of shines possible before each Bowser fight. so potentially, I could collect the necessary 50 shines as soon as possible and do a boss rush of Bowser fights until I beat the Nuzlocke. My newfound confidence did take a hit when I lost a Super Bell to the black goo and some platforms in the corner of the map, but thankfully I had already collected a Lucky Bell as backup. Then I was tasked with collecting every shine on Slipskate Slope, which is a very time-consuming process. Thankfully, I collected all of the shards in the main shine on my first run, but in order to collect the third and fourth shines, I had to ride Plessy all the way back to the beginning. The third shine required collecting blue coins while traveling through the island once again, which wasn't too bad. But the fourth shine was a bit more tricky. At the end of the track was a golden key that needed to be brought back to the beginning to unlock a shine. This required careful platforming so you don't run into any of the enemies or don't fall off the side, causing you to have to start the whole thing over again. And while I did fall off and have to start all over again, I managed to collect the shine without losing any power-ups. Just as I collected that shine, Bowser showed up again, allowing me to collect the final shine of the island, bringing my total to 26. In the Claw Swipe Coliseum, I quickly defeated Boom Boom for the first shine and collected the cat shards immediately after. As I was climbing the side of the Coliseum to fight Pom Pom, Bowser showed up and managed to snipe me with his fire breath, taking away the boomerang power-up. This left me with just the Tanuki Leaf, the Fire Flower, and the Lucky Bell. I was still able to crush Pom Pom, but decided to come back to the Coliseum later so I could start collecting shines in the dreaded Trickety Tower. This time, I made sure to be extra careful and collected 4 out of the 5 shines. Then I returned to the Coliseum to defeat Boom Boom one last time, but not before a raining fireball hit me, taking away my Tanuki Leaf for good. On the plus side, the Coliseum had raised high enough to expose the Bowser Block shine, allowing me to grab it before the final battle with Boom Boom. This fight is nearly identical to the first, except for the fact that Boom Boom can duplicate himself and spikes will appear and disappear from the floor and move faster as the fight progresses. Despite all of the hazards, I was able to win the fight with my Fire Flower intact and collected the final Coliseum shine. Then all I had to do was collect the final 2 shines from Trickety Tower and a shine out in the ocean, and I had officially reached my PB without even collecting every shine available at this point in the game. The final group of shines before fighting Bowser again came from Crisp Climb Castle. The hardest part of collecting the shines was finding all of the cat shards as I climbed up the tower. I went up and down several times looking for the third one, only to realize it was hidden in a secret passage that can only be accessed with a propeller box. The other shines were extremely easy to grab, and when I was finished, I brought my total to 45 shines, just 5 away from the minimum amount to beat the game. And finally, it was time to fight Bowser again. I actually needed to beat Bowser twice before moving on, because you can only unlock the final chunk of the map after the third fight. But both fights were a breeze, and I once again unlocked the final area of the map. Because I already had 45 shines, I only needed to complete 1 island from this section to get all of the needed shines, and by far the easiest one is Risky Whisker Island. That being said, this island once again killed my run. I lost my remaining power-ups while chasing the imposter Luigi and was killed by him just shy of the finish line. I immediately tried again, but attempt 6 didn't make it nearly as close as attempt 5 did. I ended stream for the night shortly after, disappointed by how close I came to winning, only to fail. On day 3, I jumped right into attempt 7, but I lost my power-ups way too quickly and ended up resetting. But right after, I booted up attempt 8, where I had this run. No time at all, I had made it back to my PB, just 5 shines away from the end with every island in the final area available to me. And while it might surprise you, I once again decided to take on Risky Whisker Island. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, "Are you serious? Evil, racist, bigot, sus imposter Luigi killed you twice, and it's super easy to fall off the disappearing platforms and lose a power-up or even die. Why the hell would you come back here?" And the answer is simple: child labor. At the beginning of the game, when you first team up with Bowser Jr., you can decide how much you want him to help you. But no matter what setting you pick, you can command Bowser Jr. to do things for you whenever you want. He can grab cat shards, dig up power-ups, and most importantly, fight enemies for you. So this time around, I used Bowser Jr. to not only collect every cat shard on Risky Whisker, but also had him defeat Darth Luigi without me having to move a muscle. This also cleared away the black goop below the disappearing platforms, which made it way easier to collect the remaining shines. With 50 shines in hand, all I had to do to beat the Nuzlocke was fight Bowser 2 more times. This was way easier said than done. Bowser really cranks things up as you progress through the game, so in this penultimate fight you have to dodge fireballs, raining pillars, exploding soccer balls, and Bowser rolling around at the speed of sound. I almost lost the run here after falling down to Giga Small Mario, but ended up barely winning by hitting Bowser with his own spike. Since I beat this fight with 50 shines, the final battle automatically triggered, but this time I was locked in. In no time at all, I crushed Bowser, ending the first phase of the fight easily. On the second phase, I had to chase Bowser down as regular-sized Mario by riding on Plussie's back. In order to win, I had to slam the crystal ball containing the Giga Bells into Bowser 4 times. All the while, the King of Koopas pelts me with every projectile he has in his arsenal. This fight isn't so bad, but at this point, I only had access to the Tanuki Leaf and Lucky Bell power-ups. I even lost the Super Mushroom earlier in the run, so at most, I could only take 3 hits during the second phase. And well, this happened. Okay, there goes Leaf. Okay, I have to take a hit after this because I'm not supposed to be regular Mario. Come on, Bowser. Okay, there we go. Come on, dude. This feels like a shitty Kaizo level in Mario Maker.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna lie. My immediate reaction after dying here was to quit the challenge. I mean, I proved it was technically possible. Surely people would accept that, right? But after I ended stream, I sat with that for a while. Sure, people probably wouldn't care whether or not I actually finished the challenge, but I couldn't accept that ending. So the next day, I started stream and refused to end until I had defeated this Nuzlocke. I then lost attempt 9 by falling into the lava in less than 10 minutes. But attempt 10 would prove to be the run back I was waiting for. Hello? What do you mean we don't have the budget for another montage? You know, forget it. It's fine. It's fine. All right. I just got this new transition pack. I'll just throw it in there. They won't even notice. All right. All right. I love you, Grandma. All right. Bye. I once again made it to the final battle. All I had to do was hit Bowser 4 times. And this time, I had the Super Mushroom alongside the Leaf and Lucky Bell, which meant I could take 4 hits instead of 3. But would an extra hit point really make that much of a difference? And at first, he just fires a little bit of little flamethrower at you. No big deal. But then, just wait. He's gonna start shooting some. Well, there goes the Lucky Bell. Oh my god. Did I do? Oh, is that it? Is that it? Please. That's it. Oh my god, finally, dude. And with that, I had finally finished this dumb challenge idea I stole from a small ant chatter several years ago. But was it really worth letting this dumb idea take up very limited space in my wrinkleless brain? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Before we wrap up, I'd like to give a huge thank you to my channel members Aesthetic and Jackfoot Emoji. If you'd like to become a member, you can join for just $2 a month and get access to videos at least 24 hours in advance, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, and a badge next to your username in the comment section. Now, as I write this, I'm watching the Game Awards with my friends and can't really think of an abrupt, funny way to end the video, so here's a video of my cat being cute. I mean, it's kind of relevant, right? Like, the game's about cats, she's a cat, and... What's that noise? Oh, shit!